Most people think Singapore students are just naturally gifted at math. Wrong. Most people think it's tiger parents and brutal homework piles. Also wrong. Singapore has topped global math rankings on TIMSS and PISA for over 2 decades, beating countries with way more funding, way more homework, and way more tutoring. Same brains as every other 10-year-old on Earth, different system. I'm about to show you exactly what it is, and by the end of this, you'll never look at being bad at math the same way again. Chapter 1. The Concrete Bridge. Most people think the fix for bad math scores is more drilling, more worksheets, more repetition, more pressure. Wrong. In most classrooms, a kid sees the number 5 and a plus sign and it means nothing. It's a symbol they were told to memorize, not something they actually understand. Singapore refuses to start there. Psychologist Jerome Bruner mapped out 3 stages the brain needs to truly grasp an idea: concrete, pictorial, abstract. Singapore builds every single math lesson on that ladder. Before a 6-year-old ever sees the number 5 on a page, they're holding 5 actual blocks. Splitting them, 5 becomes 2 blocks and 3 blocks, 3 blocks and 2 blocks, physically in their hands over and over. Only after the hands understand it does the eye get the picture version. Only after the eye understands the picture does the brain get the abstract symbol. Most countries skip straight to the symbol and wonder why half the class is lost by age 8. They built the 3rd floor with no 1st floor underneath it. Singapore builds the foundation first, every time, no exceptions. Most people think this concrete stuff is just for little kids who can't handle real math yet. Wrong. The same ladder works for fractions, ratios, even early algebra. Skip a rung and the whole structure wobbles no matter how old the student is. But here's the problem though. Concrete blocks work fine for 5 minus 2. They fall apart the second you hit a word problem with 3 people, 2 amounts, and a question buried in the middle. That's Chapter 2. Chapter 2. The bar model. Most people think word problems require algebra. Wrong. Algebra is exactly what breaks 10-year-olds. Letters standing in for numbers, equations they can't visualize, a wall of abstraction with nothing to hold on to. Singapore skips algebra entirely at that age and uses something almost embarrassingly simple: the bar model. Take a classic problem. Sarah has 3 times as many stickers as Tom. Together they have 48. How many does Tom have? A typical student stares at this and freezes. A Singapore student draws 1 long bar for Sarah split into 3 equal pieces, and 1 short bar of the same size for Tom. 4 equal pieces total. 48 divided by 4, 12. Tom has 12. No variable, no equation, no formula to forget under pressure. Just a picture that makes the relationship between the numbers impossible to miss. The genius of the bar model is that it forces a kid to represent the relationship before they touch a single calculation. You can't fake your way through a bar model. If you don't actually understand the problem, the bars won't line up and you know immediately before you've wasted 10 minutes on the wrong equation. Most countries hand kids a formula and hope they remember which one to plug in. Singapore hands them a picture they can reason through every single time. Hit subscribe before you forget this. One more layer to go. Here's the thing though. You can have the best visual tools in the world and still fall behind, because none of it matters if the class moves on before everyone's actually got it. That's Chapter 3. Chapter 3. The Mastery Gate. Most people think covering more topics makes you smarter. Wrong. American textbooks often race through dozens of topics a year, skimming the surface of each one before the test, then moving on whether students understood it or not. Singapore's curriculum covers fewer topics per year on purpose and goes far deeper into each one. This isn't an accident. Educational psychologist Benjamin Bloom proved decades ago that most students can master nearly any topic if you give them enough time and don't let them move forward with gaps. He called it mastery learning. Singapore builds this directly into the spiral of the curriculum. New topics constantly loop back and lean on the last one. Fractions show up again inside ratio problems. Ratio problems show up again inside percentage problems. If a kid's foundation from 2 months ago is shaky, it gets exposed immediately because the new topic is built directly on top of it. There's nowhere to hide a gap. Compare that to a system where a topic appears once in October and is never touched again until the final exam in June. Forgotten, untested, gone. Most people think a harder final fixes a weak foundation. Wrong. A harder test just exposes the gap faster. It doesn't close it. Depth beats breadth every single time, but only if the system is actually built to enforce it instead of just hoping kids keep up on their own. Even if you do all this, there's still one problem. You can build the concrete bridge, master the bar model, and force depth over breadth in math class, and still watch it completely fall apart outside of math, because nobody ever teaches you how to apply concrete pictorial abstract thinking to history, to writing, to literally anything that isn't a word problem with stickers in it. Most people learn one subject well and assume the method doesn't transfer. It does. That's exactly why I made the next video, breaking down how to turn any subject, not just math, into something you can actually picture instead of just memorize. Watch it next.